The Jeffrey Show.
Who could be scared of a Jeffrey?
My name is Jeff.
And here we are.
I wish you people. Oh, you can see how to watch him dial in his intro and the like pure joy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, I remember the joy in your face when you first did the radio show.
Yeah.
And that was probably like 3 or 4 episodes into the Jeffrey Show.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you were still figuring out the switchboard a little bit.
Yeah, I was figuring it out. But it was like kind of like, do you ever see that TED Talks where it's like the building of a crowd? It's like a few minutes.
It's great.
And you see how it's like one guy dancing by himself. I'm that one guy dancing by myself. You were the next guy.
Yeah, the narration on that's hilarious too, because he's like, the first guy, he's an iconoclast. He doesn't care. He's doing his thing. And then the second guy is like the first follower. Yeah. And then he's, more people start glomming on.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like a whole dance party.
Yeah, there's something really interesting about that video. I think about videos like that, and it's sort of historic in its own way, where that video will be that video forever.
Yeah.
Right. And in theory, generations forever could see it. And it's funny because it's nothing. Yeah. But it is something.
It is something.
It was a nothing that is like, who knows what festival that was.
Yeah.
But it illustrates some kind of powerful reality.
Yeah, of course.
And that's our modern age, are these little digital videos or memes that represent like how we understand things today.
Yes, I mean, some of them are really fucked up, but but I can't. So there's some memes that like I'm like dying laughing. I shouldn't like be watching any internet stuff when I go to bed. Right. But I get one of those ones that cracks me up, and I'm like can't stop laughing. Go ahead.
Will 6'7" survive a decade?
That's hard. I can't say. I'm not the one that's.
I wonder what the life cycle of 6'7" will be.
Yeah, I mean, they officially put it into the Webster's dictionary or Oxford dictionary or something like that. But how do you even put it? You just put it 6-7 in the dictionary? I mean, I don't understand. I never even looked into that. But like, it's such a, I think the the video is like some kid is at a basketball game and he says 6'7", but I don't know why he's saying it. And people still don't, to adults, I think it's like mostly the point of it is to not make a point. I think that's what I'm getting.
The sort of official takeaway is it means nothing, and so it's just 6'7", and it's just a thing people say when they get a chance to say it. But like, I think the original was sort of related to like, I could be way wrong about this, but it was like a Lil Wayne.
Oh, really?
Song lyric. Well, it was the basketball player was doing an interview. Like, he was saying 6'7" because of something. Like, it was referenced somewhere, but. It's funny. We talked about this last night at a 7-year-old's birthday party.
and you were hearing it all yesterday.
Oh, yeah. The kid was all 6'7" about it. And then it turned into the dinner convo of what does it mean?
Did you talk to the kid and have him try to explain it to you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't even have to. He was freely volunteering. The 6 and the 7.
What's an example of him causing to say 6'7"? Is it like mid?
Yeah. I mean, in the sense that it's a phrase that people of a certain age are using a lot now.
Yeah.
He just was saying it. It's kind of like if the number 6 gets said, then you can be like 6'7".
I know, because you're going to count to 7 anyways.
Yeah. So I think we were at dinner at Dave & Buster's and somehow it came up. And then it was funny this is funny. So we're taking like a group picture and I'm like holding him. You saw this picture. And I'm like, you know me, when I take photos, I'll like try and say something funny or just say something because I feel stupid just being like,
yeah, you do that. You've punched me in the dick before pictures. And I crack
that was a good one, folks. We'll find that one. We'll post that to the show.
I think I have it posted.
Yeah, so I'm holding him and I was saying his birthday number, but I said 6 by accident. Yeah. So I'm like 6, and then I realized, oh shit, he's 7. So I literally, it was perfect. I go 7, and everybody thought I was doing a 6'7" that we had talked about at dinner. So it went from being like, oops, I just fucked up your actual age to I meant to do that. I'm very fucking on it right here.
You have that Riz.
Totally.
There's
dude.
another word.
I played right through it. You're the first person to know that I just fucked up the number.
It's gotten the zeitgeist of like South Park And South Park did a whole episode. I didn't see that one yet, but I would like to see it.
I wonder, like, I'm sure if we gave it some thought, we could come up with something from our own generational when we were young, elementary, high school, that was similar.
They come up once in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that phrase. That's so stupid.
I always get a kick out of like remembering like the Harlem Shake or the Ice Bucket Challenge, like the dumbest fucking shit that caught on and became so trendy that like even church pastors were doing it.
Yeah.
Right. It jumped the shark.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it's so, there's a book I have that it's like written in 1850 and it's like a top marketer's book to read. And it's like the extraordinary delusions of blah, blah, blah. It's such a weird title, but there's a whole chapter of how a word can take off so easily. I don't remember the word that they were using as an example, but it's like huzzah or something like in that. And that's been around for ages,
Yeah. Yeah. It goes back.
And then you heard In and Out Band 6-7, correct?
In and Out Band 6-7.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking like music, like a band was called it. No, I hadn't heard that.
So they're like, because you know how you see all the high school kids hanging out waiting for 67 to be called.
Okay.
And
oh my God.
But it was like they would take up the whole restaurant. So they had to ban it eventually because it was just becoming overwhelming.
Dude, I was in a poker tournament the other night and I'm at this table and this dude behind me goes, so I'm facing away and I hear behind me, 6-7 bitches. And everybody fucking lost their shit. It was a charity poker tournament. So, people are as happy to lose as they were to win. But it was just hilarious. And like, yeah. So once the adults get a hold of something, it changes it. It's not cool to me. Yeah. But I mean, it's fun. I'm not saying I'm too cool to say it. But it's funny. It's like when stuff starts, it starts young and then it finds its way up the
weird.
Ladder to parents
and there's
teachers.
No real explanation why that thing. You could try your whole life trying to think of some phrase that is gonna be cool and take off.
You can't try you can't try
like a viral.
Yeah. It can't be, at least not yet, not until the AI gets more active. But that's a really good point, and I think that is the point. It exists and is popular because it evolved the only way something like that can become popular is the way it has to be like ridiculous and nonsensical and mean nothing to mean this much to happen.
I mean, yeah.
If I get a moment, I'll come up with a similar one. We definitely have stuff that's like,
this is what I'm trying to pull up.
I almost think like that's what she said or something like that, where
I just want to show that this is right where you just hit me in the balls. You just hit me in the balls right then.
Yeah, it really was perfect timing. You're like recovering from a ball snap and but you're like back to like smiling about it, and I'm just feeling guilty.
I was chuckling about it, but I was like, I had to bring that up. That's an example of what you do when, because you always do that. You're like known to do that, at least I know it.
I learned that from our friend Christina. She was taking like a family photo of my family, super random. She had come over to hang out, and then I happened to have my grandma there, and like, so she was like, "You guys got to do a family photo." And Christina used to be like really into photography, and still is, as you know. And anyway, we got together. I couldn't tell you what she said, but she said something like actually funny. And we all fucking laughed. And then like I see this picture. It's like the best picture that we ever took as a family.
Yeah.
By a mile, dude. It's so, and everybody's actually laughing. And my grandma, who is blind, is fucking laughing in the picture. And it's like her best photo. Because her eyes are all like fucked up.
Yeah. You gotta be like,
rest in peace, grandma.
You gotta say something like something like terrible, like eyes open, you fucking assholes. I don't know, like something terrible.
Just you gotta be like, say anus. Anus. Like, anus.
Anus. Yeah.
You gotta say something that's just like almost bad or like.
Yeah.
But I need to sit down and write out several because my spring break it's everybody's heard it.
What?
That's one of my favorites. It'd be like spring break. Woo,
oh, even if it's like in the winter or something like that?
Yeah. Because they used to crush. I stole that from somebody. All my best shit I just steal from other people.
I mean, it's the way you use it. Everything's stolen from someone.
Yeah, the only trick is if that person's around, you just don't use it. So they never know. And then it's yours.
Take all the credit.
Yeah, my friend Joseph Ligon, he didn't come up with the phrase, but he once hit me with it first time I heard it. And he's like, it's easier for me to find a new audience than new material. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I get that.
It's true. I mean, any material that you use has like some inspiration from someone else that used a similar thing. You just kind of tweak it, and then make it as your own.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it goes like along the lines of like, is it stealing or is it like making your own? Because
it's artistic appropriation.
Yeah, I mean, like Dane Cook. There's like a whole. I think I saw like a thing that there's like a documentary about how he stole material, or like Carlos Mencia, known for stealing material, like infamous for it.
The golden rule not to break.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like kind of hard not to, because like, how do you say you have this idea, but it like got into your conscious without you knowing it, and it happens to be someone else that did it, from someone else that did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you're not actively like, I'm taking that joke, I can give you an example. There's this kid on Instagram. I think he's like maybe 20-ish, maybe a little older than 20. And he's doing stand-up, and his whole style is like Mitch Hedberg. Like exactly like him.
Yeah.
Like he does the voice.
Yeah.
And he's got like long hair, and he looks like him. And I saw this clip, and it was hilarious. And so the material was like original, but the delivery was pure Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
And then you read the comments, and they're just like lighting them on fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're ripping them off.
Yeah.
And then the comments also like going deeper, and it's like you've got defenders, you've got accusations, and the highlight of this is like, I don't know, we don't know, but the kid like maybe doesn't even know who the fuck Mitch Hedberg is because he's so young. And, maybe he just found his way, right, to that style on his own, but it just happens to be like the exact same style like Mitch Hedberg popularized.
Yeah. There's people that can end up being like other people. Mm-hmm. That's like doppelgangers,
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many ways to like say the English language.
Yeah.
And I think what makes a lot of comedians truly funny is their delivery, right?
Of course.
The material has to be funny
Yeah.
but your delivery is what really makes it funny.
Of course, it's like, yeah, if you try to say that, I mean, it's cool if you like acknowledge the person you might be like, and like put that out there initially. But I think, yeah, it is making your own, but obviously you're going to take things from other people as well. And then that becomes your whole mesh pot of what you become.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for example,
Yeah, it's not like you invented English.
yeah, it's like,
Dipshit.
or like a 5-person rock band is really hard to differentiate from, sounding original these days.
Good call. I wonder, I don't know what the sort of litmus test is, but I mean, obviously there have been plenty of copyright infringement suits. I think one of the more famous ones was when the Pharrell and like that other
Blurred
dude,
Lines.
Yeah, Blurred Lines.
Yeah, very good
And
one.
it was was it Al Green? No, Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, they were doing Marvin Gaye, yeah.
And it was like,
It's called interpolation is the term.
interpolation.
I don't know why I remember that word, but it's interpolation is like the term they use to describe you're like taking a beat that you took from someone else. Like, but like Ice Ice Baby taking from Bowie is a very notorious one, I guess.
And I think sometimes we hear like that's a good one where it's like 100% the same. There's like,
Yeah.
and I saw Ice do Ice. I saw Vanilla Ice do like an interview, and he was like, "No, mine had instead of it's like da na 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 na, mine is da na 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 na."
I think I saw that
That
one.
makes like a difference, right?
I think I saw that one.
So that's like a total rip off. But like, there's some of these like that one, Blurred Lines. I'm like, I mean, I see it, but I don't know if I would say they. I mean, it's a pretty unique song to me. They're two different songs to me. And so when does it become like, how do you say, no, this one's too close?
Yeah.
What is too close? If it's not identical, when is it just close?
And then the song like had such a different, fresh take to the whole concept of that beat. So,
sure.
I mean, and it's such a great music video too. That was like when Emrata became popular. Bro.
That was, God, what year did that come out? Was it like 13 or 15?
It was in the 10s, the 2010s.
I think I just started at You Know Where. And I was like, man, life's good. I got some.
Oh,
some,
I think
I got some juice. I got Emrata.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was within a year or two.
Yeah, they do that with movies too. I mean, like look at Ben Affleck. I was watching The Town for example.
Great movie.
It follows a lot of the beats that Heat does. A lot of same recipe to the movie, to the script, but it also takes they could have been like, oh, that was a shit movie, but it stole. But it was such a good, well executed movie, but also stole. Maybe it's not stole, but like they had so many things that they took from Heat and applied it to the town, and the movie was awesome though.
Yeah,
Robbing the Cathedral of Boston, priceless. I just watched that one recently.
Yeah, I saw it not that long ago. That's an interesting point because movies, formula is formula, right? But it's harder, I think, to say, well, that movie is a copy of another movie, unless it's sort of one of those intentional reimaginings. And when they like redo, I mean, they do it a lot with like your Romeo and Juliet,
of course,
stuff where it's like modern.
yeah.
But when is a movie like just a straight like, oh wait, no, this is Heat.
Yeah, there's a lot of beats
with
that
Ben Affleck.
There's a lot of beats that he does replicate. I think I don't know if it's ever been mentioned by Affleck that he took a lot of inspiration from Michael Mann, but I mean another great one, Risky Business, and then Girl Next Door, almost even closer to matching. Just make it a prostitute and make it a porn star.
Right.
What did you not see?
I never saw Girl Next Door. I know Elijah
Cuthbert, yeah.
That's one of his last names where I'm like, it's spelled properly.
Yeah.
It's not hard to read, but I'm like, am I saying this
It's
right?
kind of a weird word to me. Weird name. But that's where you got Emile Hirsch and Paul Dano in there, and Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, is he in that?
Yeah. You should watch that. You would really like it. It's just like basically they replace, like, this guy is, kind of a loser, or he thinks of himself as a loser in high school, not getting the girls, same as what Tom Cruise was in Risky Business. And then he gets the prostitute, and then his life changes. He gets the girl next door that happens to be a porn star, and his life changes, and he becomes like the cool guy, but they both almost get in trouble. And then they have to figure out a whole scheme towards the end to fix things, but also maybe take a risk and get further into life. And they both, spoiler, they both do this risky thing. He runs a whole brothel, whorehouse. Brothel. Let's leave it a brothel. Then he tries to shoot a sex education porno in school. And that worked out well for him.
That's awesome.
And they both are trying to get into college, and they both get into college because of it.
Nah, it works out in the end. Like, the moral of the story is like, chase your fucking dreams.
Yeah.
Did you have sex ed when you were in school? Did they do that?
I think maybe in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had health class.
Right.
And like it was like a mandatory quarter you took in like freshman year. And then we would touch on the PP and the JJ.
You touched on it?
We touched on it, yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was like...
Touched on it.
I mean, I asked because I'm like, I was in 6th grade, and it was the randomest thing. It was like our PE teacher, like suddenly... It was funny because, and his name was Mr. Smith. It was like just one day, he was like, all right, and today's like a sex ed day. And then we had to like watch that, like some old movie that was like outdated, probably like 15, 20 years old. And we already knew everything.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like just awkward and uncomfortable. And then the PE teacher, it was so funny to me. It was like not his day job.
They've done that's such a used trope, or what is it called?
Yeah, the PE teacher. Or
it's always like the male PE teacher trying to teach it, and he's just like he's so out of touch.
He was such a nice guy too, Mr. Smith. He was like a George Clooney guy.
Oh, he looked like George Clooney?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder where he is now. He was a nice dude. He was smart. It was kind of funny that he was a PE teacher because he seemed like he could be like the principal of the school.
Yeah, of course. Just handsome fella.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I didn't know him well.
I wonder if sex education now is more like, well, we know what happens because there's so much access to visualization.
Oh my God, kids today.
So they got to go backwards. They got to reverse engineer. This is not reality.
Yeah.
This is not how it actually happens.
Well, I wonder, like, with the modern kids, like, when do you put them through a sex ed, if at all?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're going to find out everything soon.
Oh,
So you got to get to them like pretty young if you want to get there first.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible because like if they, which I get worried about is if they're going to start IDing us whenever we want to go on anything that's 18 and over content related. Doesn't have to even involve porn, but like, you know, these kids can easily just lie, and like we've been doing this for years. It's nothing new, but. Are you an adult or are you not an adult?
Dude, hey guys, there's nothing like, 1999, 2000. You're like logging, you're on a page and it's like 18 and older and you're like, fucking doing it. I'm clicking yes and I'm lying about my age.
Yeah.
Will they know? Like, you don't know.
Yeah, but we were the ones.
You couldn't be sure.
But we were the ones that were quick to learn how to delete cookies and erase history, clear the cache.
We are the best generation, dude.
Yeah,
we learned how to cover our tracks.
We are the last generation where we understand before and after too.
Straight up. We're the best.
Yeah, we didn't have access to everything. It was like that one, Jimmy's got a little picture of some porno image and
yeah, man, we like knew a kid who had like a fucking tackle box with a lock on it and a stash of old like hustlers. So here's a high thought. You've seen Altered Carbon, right?
That was the one where he keeps replicating, or he keeps getting replicated.
Yeah, they like back him up to the cloud.
Yeah.
Right. And then they keep like installing him in like a new body that they grow at like hundreds of years apart.
Oh, I didn't see this one. Wait, which is the one where he keeps... You
did.
The timeline one. That's Altered Carbon, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like...
Oh, they go into a box, yeah. And then they...
Oh, no. You're thinking of the one... That's from Apple.
Yeah, you recommended this one.
I love that show.
That was... what's his name? He's everything.
Edgerton?
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I saw Altered Carbon, though.
So Altered Carbon, that's a Netflix show. They did 2 seasons. One with Joel Kinnaman, who's the tall white guy. He's been in a bunch of stuff. You recognize him. And then they did the second season with Anthony Mackie.
Oh, so each season's different?
Well, the funny thing is they're the same guy. That's kind of the whole crux of the show. These names like Takeshi, some shit. And the short version is... everybody can, like, rich people or whatever, they can like back up their shit to the cloud, right? So like they can like digitally download their brain themselves. And then you can basically, they call it your stack. You get like a little stack that they put into the base of your skull, and they can like make any kind of body and then put you into it. And then you occupy that body. But if you die, they still got you backed up. So
yeah, of course.
So that's why those two characters are the same, but they're two different people. My point here is like, imagine a future where we all live forever. Say everybody that's alive today like doesn't die.
Yeah.
Or at least everybody under 50. Okay. They have lived to a point in our human history where now we don't die, we live forever. We will be an interesting generation because we will be the oldest people. Like everybody will be 1,000.
Yeah.
But we'll be like the 1,000-year-olds who like remember the before.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that matters, but I think that's interesting.
It is.
We came of age at a period of time that you could have only done then and there.
Yep.
And everything that came after that is always post transition. It's always post the digital age. Right?
Yeah, And then it's like it kind of gone not in like a straight arrow. It's gone more parallel belt. I can't think of the word. I used to know math well, but it's gone not in an exponential rate. It's gone in more of an exponential rate rather than just a straight, up a 45-degree angle or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's wild that we're like so rapidly changing, and we're like easily forgetting. Like when you say, I wish, social media is so bad. I can't, I know it's not good for people, especially young kids. And then when they say, would you get rid of it? You'd be like, fuck no. Would you get rid of your phone? Fuck no.
No.
I mean, it's so hard to go back to that kind of existence.
It's interesting. I only know a couple people who are like not on social media, and it's interesting talking to them and even seeing like, are they that different? And it's like, yeah, maybe a little bit. Like
a little bit behind, right?
Yeah, not different because like, oh, they're like a weirdo who doesn't do it. But yeah, there's like exactly, they're not exposed to certain information, I guess you could say, or certain experiences that everybody else just takes as common.
I like to be informed. And so, I mean, especially if you just follow like news accounts on any social media, you at least can get little blurbs because obviously people are like, you don't read the whole thing or you just headline read. I mean, I try to read as much as I can, but I only have so much time for so many things.
No, totally. Yeah.
So I like sometimes like when I was doing the radio show I would definitely be more informed because it was more fun to do news reads and such. But now it's just like, I'm trying to just have any topic that if there is something that's in the news, then I'll bring it up. But here's a question. If you could replicate, two questions actually. The replication, I think, would you do that? Because like, look, say your body's going to die, you're going with it. I think everything that maybe they can copy your conscious, but you're just that copy of your conscious is going into the system, not you yourself.
No.
Unless
So you're like going to shed your Jeff.
I don't think it's
your inner Jeff shall
this
remain.
is like 3 Black Mirror episodes, but like what I'm saying is if we could maybe, this is like getting kind of religious, if we really believed in a soul and we could transfer our soul into that body, then maybe I'd be more, but like it's hard, like then that's also, getting into something that's debated whether that's real or not.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you back up the brain, but then does that exclude something else? And then I suppose we'd have to talk to that person and be like, are you like the person that you, like I knew? Like, are you a different... Is Jeff like maybe the other Jeff is different? What if it's like Steve Urkel when he drinks the like Urkel juice and turns into
Stefan Urkel.
It's like it's still
Stefan
Urkel. So what was the question? Would I do?
I don't know. Yeah, would you? I mean, be willing to? Because like once you're dead, like who gives a shit? You're gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Like I mean, do you want yourself running around as a replicated self?
I think I would do it. Yeah, I think I would. Be willing to live past my organic limits because I feel like if I got over it, then I could just like dive in, right? It wouldn't be a body-based death. It would be a brain death. But that's where that show Altered Carbon actually becomes, I think, even more interesting because the dude died like in battle. And then they wake him up and it's like they did it without his permission.
Yeah.
So he's like, the fuck? Like he doesn't recognize himself. He doesn't know what year it is. He doesn't know what planet he's on. Because now it's so far in the future. It's interplanetary. He has no fucking people. So he's not exactly stoked. And then he goes through his shit and he makes some new friends and whatever, season 1, right? And then season 2 is kind of more of the same. It's like, so I guess where I'm going with it is like, even if I died, who's to say that I'm like truly dead or couldn't be brought back? And what if that's a curse? What if you like don't want to come back, but they keep bringing you back?
Yeah, because you're like some super soldier.
It's like Godfather 3.
What's
I thought it was out. They brought me back in.
Or it's like Oblivion. Spoiler: Oblivion. It's a bunch of Tom Cruises.
Yeah.
And he happens to be a super soldier.
Fixing like radio antennas in the clouds.
And fixing those robots that are those killer robots.
It's a bunch of Tom Cruises.
I love a bunch of freaking Tom Cruises.
To some women, that's the and men, that's the ultimate dream. Just a world of Tom Cruises.
Yeah, we need more movies. So Tom Cruise is getting old. So and he needs to go to space and do. I mean, I think he was supposed to do that. But
yeah, I think these are all interesting thoughts that you have to have in today's day and age because I think we're clearly aware that where we're at is you said it like it's exponential. So the possibilities that we can conceive of alone are compelling, much less the ones we can't conceive of. And Rogan had this guy on, Dan Farah, okay? Film producer, film director. He did Disclosure, which is like I bought it so we could watch it. It's on.
The vegan one?
No. It's about like aliens.
Oh, okay.
So, but they're having this conversation.
Oh, I do want to see that. Yeah,
oh, it's so good. So they're having this convo, and they get into. I think it's Dan Farr. It doesn't matter. Rogan has some guests. They get into like digital God and AI, and
that's something that he presents a lot. The argument of like there's gonna be an AI God, basically.
Right, and it got me thinking. Is like I've always been skeptical that like these aliens, like why are they flying here? Why when we talk about alien crashes and they have alien bodies, like if you're so advanced, like we can make planes that don't have pilots. why would you fly a dude anywhere?
Yeah, of course.
Right? It doesn't really make sense. So what's that about? Like, unless they're on a fucking joyride here for the tour, like Predator, like they're coming in to like, you know, get some skulls and like take some pictures of the Grand Canyon. I don't really see a reason for a biologic to actually come. Now, regardless of that, now he's talking about in the same clip I was saying about AI and digital God. And I was thinking like, well, if they're so advanced and we have AI now. Yeah. And we're by accounts, you know, years or maybe decades away from like a singularity moment where the AI is so good it can build itself. Ray Kurzweil. That's right. The singularity is nearer. So if we're that close to having it, anything as advanced as this technology certainly has it. Therefore, it probably is AI. But then again, what's with the biology? So like, is AI not going to destroy us? As it turns out, hey, actually AI is pretty cool and aliens like party with it. Like, how could there not be any AI? You kind of get where I'm going with it? Where it's like,
it's the whole thing from Interstellar. What's that? Murphy's Law. If there can be AI, will happen, right? If anything, if it's possible, what's Murphy's Law? It's like if it can happen, if it's possible to happen, it will happen or something like that.
Or is that Occam's razor?
Oh, am I getting it wrong?
I don't know. But ask the AI. Tell us these things.
You know what? Let's get ChatGPT on the show.
Okay. Did I tell you I did like a 25-minute tutorial today on?
Oh, I want to hear about this.
I'll send you the recording. I wonder what your take is on it.
I want to hear how it went.
It was pretty basic.
But let's see. Let's get this going. Roadcaster. So just don't be careful not talking into the mic, because if you talk at like it will, you know how it works. It'll get, if it gets interrupted, it'll stop talking. Hey, you're live on the Jeffy and Jeffrey show.
The good old Jeff and Jeffrey show, always a fun time. Whether we're talking about local guests, brainstorming new segments, or just getting Jeffed up, it's always a blast. So what are we cooking up today?
We need some clarification on Murphy's Law and also Occam's razor.
Absolutely, let's break those down. Murphy's Law is basically the old adage that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of acknowledging that sometimes life just loves to throw a wrench in the works, especially when you're not expecting it. On the other hand, Occam's razor is a principle that suggests the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. So when you're faced with multiple competing hypotheses or explanations, the one that requires the fewest assumptions is often the best starting point. So in a nutshell, Murphy's Law is about expecting the worst, and Occam's razor is about keeping it simple.
Who was the more prolific lover between Murphy and Occam?
Now that is quite the question. I mean, we've got no historical gossip columns on Murphy or Occam, but let's just say if Murphy had a love life, it probably involved a lot of mishaps and unexpected plot twists. And if
Can't laugh.
I mean, I had a feeling that might get a chuckle. Sometimes a little bit of playful imagining is the best way to explain things. So, hey, if you ever need more whimsical comparisons or just a little laugh, I'm here for it.
Do you think more?
No, that's funny, dude.
What was that?
Was that a button?
I think it was
that?
No, I think it was like some child
outside
crying again. So yeah, tell me.
I love
so
that
you
your
had to
girl has a British accent, by the way.
I chose that.
My Siri is South African.
Okay.
Which I think that's cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. She's a South African, but then my GPT voice is like kind of like an educated urban mixed race woman. I'm pretty sure.
It's like a young Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
maybe. But a woman.
Yeah,
and
maybe
a
little bit lighter skinned.
I'd rather prefer the talking to a lady than another dude.
Absolutely, it's like a massage. It's like I'm not homophobic, but I don't really need a guy doing my massage.
Yeah, because then you can. Well, it's like her. It's like just summing it down to her. With Walking Phoenix.
Yeah, you can share your secrets. It's like my therapist. Like, I don't even want to mail. Now, this is an interesting comment because I have guy friends who would only do therapy with a male therapist. And I don't think I really care, but I guess my inclination would be towards a female therapist. I'm not exactly sure why. But I'm sure there's some like
Yeah.
some
Female massage therapists just don't want a dude doing, even though you probably get a little bit more power from the dude, just most men are a little bit stronger. But man, those broads over there at On Point Massage do a good job. So
those broads. Those Thai broads.
I don't even know what are they Thai or are they?
Yeah, it's Thai.
Okay, Thai?
Well, it's Thai massage. I don't know. If they're Thai women.
They don't like claim Thai or anything there on
You
the
didn't
title.
check their papers.
I know. And then for like but what about doctors? Just doctors in general.
Interesting question. I really don't give a shit. I've had all kinds of men, women.
What if they have to check your?
I've had that,
and-
dude. I've definitely had, because I was at Kaiser, you know, so I didn't even have a doctor. It's just like whoever was there when I showed up.
Okay.
No, I don't really give a shit. I like disconnect. If I'm in like a situation, they gotta like grab my stuff. It's not an experience that, like, for me, it's not. It's like going in for, like, I don't know, like an auto mechanic or something. Like I just don't even.
Can I get a tune-up, please?
Yeah. It's,
my penis.
It's not like you're, oh my God, she's touching my dick. It's just like,
yeah, I know, it's medical.
Yeah.
You're getting medical. You're like, am I okay down there? There's not a good reason why you're having them checked down there.
Bro, it's a funny thought. Like, what would be more uncomfortable for me if I pulled my pants down and like it was cold out, my weenie was like at its smallest. Okay. Okay.
The classic shrinkage.
Let's just say it's at its most. Would I be more embarrassed doing that in front of a woman or a man?
I don't think I would.
Male dog?
I mean, yeah, I guess I would be more embarrassed if it was a female.
You'd be more embarrassed in front of a female?
Yeah.
I think I'd be more embarrassed in front of a male.
Just because the ego, it's like girls with nails and guys with big cocks.
Yeah, I think so, dude. I think I would be more like, I don't think it would stop me either way, but I'd probably like be more in my head about it. Because if it's a chick, it's like, whatever, she's not going to touch it.
And you know what's so funny too? And I hate to like bring this topic up, but you'll get reports when a guy has a micro penis. Like you think that like, oh, will you keep this secret confidential? Fuck no, they're going to keep it confidential. It's kind of like the whole escape prisoners dilemma where, but not like exactly like, but like when each degree you get further away from that person, like say it gets that information gets transferred to the next person, that second person, that second or the third, okay, what is it? You're the second degree, right? And you went and told something about me. That's the third degree, right? That third degree is open to just tell anybody about my secret. So like if I tell you a secret about myself, it's likely that secret will get to someone else. Just in probability, it will come up in a random conversation. You'll expect, hey, don't tell anybody.
Okay, right. Like nothing, like once it's out of you, you're the only 100% confidential possibility. Yeah. Once it escapes you, it's not 100%.
Nope, never.
And maybe it's like,
once it's not 100%, it's not ever going to be 100%.
Right. Once it's not 100, it's not necessarily 1 or 0. Like it's not going to be like the whole world knows, but it's out there. It's going to get out.
I mean, I've kept
your secrents. I have kept your secrets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've kept yours.
I know your secrets.
I go like, I know your secrets.
I know your secrets.
I always want to do this, like where I'm doing like, if I'm in a moral debate, I have my angel.
So this is what you should
do. Yeah, this is what you should do. But anyways.
Angel and Dove.
Speaking of like men versus women, of like who you choose, I heard this funny, would you rather be stuck on a planet with only women or only men?
Only women.
I know. I would have to say. Like I have to agree.
I would be on planet women, dude.
Planet women.
You'd
all
be
the way.
The only guy on planet.
Only
women.
guy.
But I feel like if you could add another variable that would probably change that decision. Like
what's the variable?
Like they're all lesbians. Like that's all they're gonna be.
Yeah, and then like what if?
Okay, hold on. Would you rather be on a planet with all lesbians or all gay men?
I get along with lesbians very well.
Sure, same.
So same with gay men, but still, I'm gonna go. What if are they 100%?
Bro, if you're on planet only gay men, do you just turn gay?
I don't.
Do you think you'd give things?
It's
a
like
try?
It's like you kind of get used to your environment, so to speak.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, you're kind of left in the dust with the lesbians. If they're 100%, never can change, which all men try to do is see like, oh, they're not. There's something there that might change their mind. Look at me, I'm so great.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on like, well, it's a planet, so there's all flavors. You know,
And
you
then-
got your butchy lesbians and your hot lipstick lesbians, and
And then obviously our immature question will be like, am I repopulating the Earth?
yeah.
So like if you're on the planet, what if they only repopulate more women though? What if it's like no more men can be reproduced? You're just the last men ever.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of question because I guess like the real question is like which group is more intolerable, all men or all women?
It's true.
And I'm like thinking, I mean, it'd be an interesting thing. There'd be differences on these planets. A planet of all women and a planet of all men. Like people would still get into fights, right?
Yeah.
Like there would still be war and greed and like all the common things. But I have to imagine it wouldn't be identical. I just don't know how it would be different.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
a
think
tough
like
one.
because I think like once you put all it's okay, it's sort of like, Survivor or like prison or something like that where doesn't matter who it is, once you put them in that environment, the environment creates a situation. Like the Harvard prison experiment. You can take students.
I think it's Stanford, right?
Or Stanford, yeah. You can take students and put them all in there and say you're guards and you're prisoners, and like people start to behave a certain way.
Yeah, they kind of take it nonchalant at first, but then as they go, they take it a little bit more and more seriously as like and become that role.
Yeah, so I think like, and in prison you get people who like, if they're bigger, stronger, they start to bully people to get what they want.
You know what I would do? I would do Predator or Alien 3, where remember they're all men on the planet in a prison, and they all become religious.
Yeah.
I think I would just maybe that if I was to be stuck with all men, we'd just be religious celibate dudes like monks.
Yeah, what's their whole deal? Like, what's their fucking purpose on Alien 3?
Well, they're on a prison basically on a planet, on a planet that's only existed by that prison. Like the only thing that's populated is that prison. And I think they either, I forget, they drew resources as well. I watched it not too long ago, but I've watched so many other things in the
Yeah,
past.
it'd be worth a rewatch for me. I haven't seen that.
And that was one that I didn't realize that David Fincher was directed, and I was like intrigued by seeing that for sure. Did you see that boat crash in Dana Point Harbor?
Yeah, I saw that.
I wanted to.
You said it looked intentional, right?
That's what I was. The debate is it intentional? Do you think?
Now, when I saw it, I didn't think it was intentional. I thought it was a guy who wasn't experienced driving a boat and fucked up because, I mean, boats are hard. They're not like cars.
Yeah.
You can throw those engines in reverse, but I think he
Yeah,
fucked
it's not
up.
it's not like you can easily change the momentum.
I feel like at this point too, like he's not even trying to reverse. Like he just fucking panicked or she, I don't know who's driving it, but I feel like somebody panicked and fucked up and it just lost control. Looks like it's hauling though. I mean, it definitely does look like it's
he's
moving.
going fast. Yeah.
But it just doesn't make sense. Like if it was intentional, why would you crash your boat, right? You're fucking up your boat, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, unless he's like really pissed, he's like, oh, there's freaking Peter with his stupid boat. He never cleans it. I'm just gonna ruin both our boats, ruin our day.
Did the comments ever get to fucking?
Oh, should we read some of the comments? Maybe some people know about it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's any insights or links.
I don't know. I mean, it won't let me go to the comments here.
Bro, I would never want to. Well, not never, but I like if I was out on a. I mean, I do those party boats and shit in Newport, right? I'll drive like no big
The
deal.
little pontoons.
Yeah, but like,
Those are fun.
I'm not gonna be on somebody's yacht and have them be like, "Oh, you want to drive?" Be like, "Fucking no, you're good. You do it."
I never have
I'm not
wanted.
fucking responsible.
I don't want to be. Yeah, exactly. I don't. When I'm on these boats, I'm like, please drive. I hope there is someone that wants to drive. I don't want to be driving, especially if I've been drinking.
Yeah.
And then mostly everybody on that boat is imbibing.
Yeah, man, the handling's different. Like, if you have to like pull it into the slip, like you don't want to fuck that up.
No, I mean, and would you ever own a boat?
No. I mean, if I was fucking real rich, but then like when you're so rich and it's like you own a boat,
You just tell other
Like
people.
I would be the level of rich where like I own it and I own all the people who take fucking care of
Yeah.
it and clean it and fucking right. Versus I'm a guy who owns a boat and like spends his weekends like fucking scrubbing the barnacles. No,
Oh.
I ain't doing that shit.
It would be like you'd have to like factor in. Okay, if I'm gonna get a boat, I'm gonna have a crew, or I'm gonna hire people all the time manage it.
There's a chef on my boat.
Yeah,
That's how rich I am.
I have you in like you have a helicopter
Yeah, I got staff.
on the boat.
Dude, I was playing golf up in Pelican over in Newport, and there's at least, I think there were 2 yachts. Crazy how big these fucking super yachts are. I don't know whose it was.
Yeah.
But it had a helipad. I think 1 or 2 helipads on it.
Yeah,
I mean, it could have been like fucking Musk or Zuckerberg or
Yeah.
Parker or what's
Bezos?
his face? Lucky. Yeah. What's his name? Lucky. He owns Andrew.
Logan Lucky. No, that's the movie, right?
No, it's not Parker.
I think is he the weapons guy?
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, he does fundraisers for Donald Trump, and he's out of Newport. I mean, it was it was like what a super yacht, and I had no idea how big they fucking were.
He was on 60 Minutes and Rogan recently.
Yeah,
His name
dude,
is.
he's like your age or younger. I think I don't even think he's 40 yet.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah, he's just like coming up with things in his head, and he's like, yeah, I want to make that, and then does it.
Yeah,
And it's like the like advanced warfare of Call of Duty or something, where he's just like, okay, I'm gonna take that idea and actually go with it.
yeah. Their latest thing that's in the news is they created a helmet.
Palmer Lucky.
Palmer.
Yeah.
I was saying Parker. Yeah, they created a helmet that's got like augmented vision, so you could be like heat.
Yeah, and you can see behind walls
Yeah.
easily, like it tracks them somehow. But they don't. I don't think like they have a drone or anything up in the air that's like following them, right? Like a recon drone.
I don't think so, but I think if they did, they'd get info fed into the helmet from that.
Yeah.
But I think the highlighting of shit is between the helmets communicating and the internal software.
Let's get into some motherfucking fantasy football.
Did you see my score last week?
Yeah, you got literally the biggest blowout of all the weeks.
I got murder fucked so fucking bad by George, dude. George hit a fucking jackpot of a week.
He's got that rookie Michael something.
Man,
Because I have him on my work league.
I lost so bad I didn't even want to look at it. I don't even know. Like honestly, I just pulled it up yesterday to like check my team.
And you
for
needed
this
that
week.
win to secure your spot into the playoffs, and now you're like not even certain if you're.
Well, dude, I got fucking rolled. I don't think there was a way I could win that, honestly, with all my players. Like, you know, when you look at your bench, you're like, oh, that guy got 20. I think you could have taken all my points possible, and I still wouldn't have beaten George that week. So I take some solace in that. But, dude, I had Daniels, Mr. 3 points, and he's out with a bad elbow. I should have known better, but I thought, well, they're not putting him back in if there's really risk of injury. I was very wrong about that. And so as a result, then Terry McLaurin got pooped, and there's some other stuff. I mean, it was just such a bad. It was my worst week.
Look at this guy, Michael Wilson. By the way, he's been like getting these crazy amount of points, except for week 13. But you know,
Yeah, dude, I should have played Brissett that week. I've been using Brissett ever since Herbert decided he was dog shit. Bro, I've had a fucking weird season. I was getting lucky on a lot of games. I won a lot of games by close calls.
Worst luck. But yeah, and it's crazy how Kevin is first time ever beginner's luck, and there he is at the top. But yeah, it's crazy. Anybody could. I think. No, I mean, it's like anybody's game. Like I don't think you're not out. I think you're in because if say you get a loss.
I mean, I'm tied for first place. I'm in second place, I guess, by points. But it's I mean, I'm basically in the playoffs unless even if I lose every game, I'll be losing games in the playoffs. I think there's no way I'm not getting seeded into the playoffs. I mean, I could be wrong about that. If everybody who's 8-6 like won and I lost, I'd still be tied with them. You know what I mean? So I'm not really concerned yet.
Yeah.
Although this week doesn't look great for me.
These two, it's like anybody's game at this point.
So I'm
for
gonna
the top 8.
Yeah, if you look at my current setup right now, it might change, but I have like 5 QBs that I'm like, who do I want to fight?
You have 5 in your pocket?
I do now.
Or 3 in the bench?
Well, because look at this. So Daniels is on the reserve now, so he's out. And I got Brissett, but Brissett's playing the Texans. So
how are they doing? They're doing well, right?
they're like they're the best defense in the league.
Yeah, and their standings, right? They're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're having a great season. They're killing it on defense though. Them in like Denver, but them in particular, they're just murdering quarterbacks. So it makes it seem pretty hard for me to want to play Brissett. Plus, the Cardinals are down a lot of players right now. That's why that one guy is getting so much, action.
Yeah, Michael something. I keep forgetting his name. It's such a common name.
And then Herbert, he has a bad schedule now. He's got a broken hand. He had an embarrassment of a game and just hasn't bounced back. So I almost would drop his ass.
That's crazy. You're not starting James Cook.
Well, yeah, because I'm like the king of running backs.
Yeah, you have all the running backs.
Now
I actually have some good rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, you had and
you gave me one of them.
Yeah, Trayvon's coming up.
I have RJ Harvey.
If Achane was out this week, I'd probably move Cook back in, but I don't think Achane's going to be out. And if he's not out, then he's definitely playing.
I dropped this guy because he got hurt the first week.
So here's where I'm at on the QBs. I'm kind of looking at McCarthy, who's playing in a dome against Dallas, which that's pretty good. Now, McCarthy's been Mr. Inconsistent all year.
Yeah.
So I love the matchup, and I like that they're not in fucking freezing snow, which is what Mariota's playing in. But then Mariota's been the QB for the Cards pretty much, or not the Cards, the Commanders pretty much all season, and it's been doing okay. Now they got McLaurin back. They've got Debo. So I don't know, man. I might change it. I might put McCarthy in, but I'm kind of leaning towards Mariota. But his projection, and I fucking hate Yahoo's projections.
Yeah, their projection. Do they look a lot different to like ESPN?
Yeah, they're fucking useless, dude. Well, they look different, but granted, I'm only looking at when I'm on ESPN, I'm in a standard league, so it looks different anyway. But you look at their projections, dude. Look at the games versus projections. They're fucking like they like get it backwards. Like half the time they're like, oh, this guy's a 10 and he pops a 24, and then they're like, this guy's a fucking 18 and he rolls like a 3, and you know. The comments. If you read the comments on these, everybody's like the projections are really. Yeah, I never go off projections.
Should we switch to ESPN? Is it better?
It's.
What about the app? Is it easier? Which one's easier to use on the app?
This one is.
Okay.
ESPN is like really slow. They put a lot of bells and whistles in there. It takes forever to load, so that sucks. And then they changed their like interface this year. I don't like it. I like Yahoo. I just hate their projections. Honestly, that might be my only beef with Yahoo Football Fantasy is the fucking projection system tricks you, dude. It makes you go like, you start second guessing yourself.
Yeah, of course.
You know, or
if they have like a little bit more points.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Mariota, right? And I'm thinking, dude, he's a 12, not even a 13, like projection.
For a quarterback, that's not good.
That's awful. And I'm like, do I do that instead of Mr. 16 McCarthy? Or Herbert?
I would probably start Herbert, but I just don't like that Q.
You can't start Herbert. I mean,
Herbert?
Watch us say that, dude. Watch him go off like the fucking most.
Has Chris Olave done well for you?
Yeah, he didn't have a good game last week, but he's like number 10 overall, I think.
That's good.
Yeah, but he hasn't been great. He's my best wide receiver, and that sucks because I like Chris Olave a lot. I think the Saints are such trash. Their QBs are so bad.
They're a curse on QBs right now.
They've been so bad. They're not Drew Brees anymore. So that makes it tough. I love Higgins. He went fucking gangbusters last week, and I benched his ass like an idiot because he was coming off a concussion. No. So he was coming off a concussion. So here's where I fucked up. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to play the concussion guy because they're going to like limit his snaps. Wrong. Freaking 2 touchdowns. Blew it up. Now he's back in concussion protocol. Okay, then I benched somebody else, like I forget who, because they were injured.
It's already started.
And then I started Daniels thinking, oh, he's Mr. Healthy. He's been held out for so many weeks. They're ready to go, and then that was wrong. And this week I'm playing Andrew, so that Andrew's team's dodged a lot of bullets. Man, he's got a really strong roster, and they're pretty healthy.
Yeah, he's always at the top. He's usually always competitive.
Yeah.
I've like cursed the last 2 seasons for sure.
Who are you playing this week?
I'm going against Lions Den.
Well, 5-9, honestly, I mean, obviously not great, but You've been clawing your way back a little bit.
No, look at
Oh
this.
no, you started strong.
Look at the points against though. I have the highest points against out of everybody.
That hurts. I've had seasons like that where
Yeah.
you're like, dude, everybody's killing me. Look at the Chihuahuas, dude. Who's he got? He's got like Anthony Richards, right?
I think he's got Baker Mayfield, I think.
Oh.
And Drake May's done well, right? He's like high ranked.
Yeah, he's like a top.
What's his rank position? He's ranked 7th. Oh, same.
Is that it? 7th? Thought he was higher. But
He's been consistent.
He hasn't had a bad game. I mean, if 15's his, he had 12 against Buffalo. Okay, that would be a bad game. Pickens has been incredible this year. Him going to Dallas was fucking awesome.
Bucky Irving's back in.
Is that right? He's playing right now. Game's
Yeah.
on, huh? Tampa Bay's been an interesting team this season. And they've got a pretty strong schedule.
Oh, he has Judy now. You got rid of Judy that I gave to you.
Oh, Judy's trash. Dude, click Judy. Look at his fucking scores.
That's the thing I felt with Quentin Johnson.
So, okay.
Like, you have some good ones. But
So here, look at these projections.
yeah. He's like
Versus
consistently
actuals.
had like around 10 points.
Dude, he's so bad.
And then he finally did well in Tennessee.
Yeah, he's the worst kind of guy because he'll do so bad
Or,
for like 8-9 games that you just go, I can't afford
Yeah.
to have this guy on my roster. You drop him, and then he starts doing well.
Yeah, that's what, dude. What's annoying is like Quentin Johnson's done that to me, where I could have used like at least 5 points from him, and they don't even throw the ball to him at all. 0 points. It's crazy.
Sometimes I wonder if teams pay attention at all to any of the like projections because they might look at them and go, okay, well, if the projections are or
Donuts
if,
here.
if the forecast is that they're going to play this way and the other team is reading these forecasts saying, okay, well, you guys can't stop the run. And so I wonder if sometimes like anything ever gets switched up because I've had a lot of games where like tight end, for example, I'll put in a tight end who's like playing against a team that's been allowing all the points to tight ends. And then my tight end will be like a 0 or a 1. And then the next week he'll be like a 15. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Every time I put a guy in, he does bad. And then every time I take him out, he does good.
It's torturous.
That's fantasy football. That's hell.
It's like definitely, I mean, you know, Kevin with Chihuahuas and him being at the top, that's great. But he's due for like next season. Watch, he's going to have like a shithole season. And then he's like, I'm never playing this again. Because he's like literally only, I mean, I guess it's good for his sake to like feel the fun of it, of winning. But he doesn't really know what it's like to lose. Like and I've lost.
Yeah, he hasn't suffered. He thinks he's like, this is easy.
It's like
This is fun. This
yeah.
is easy. I like this. Nah, bro.
It's not easy.
This is the drugs they put you on your first season. They give you they hook you this
It's
way.
not easy.
Andrew just texted me and he goes, I just realized I'm not supposed to be your friend this week and I probably fucked that up.
What do you mean?
Because, well, his kid, we had his birthday party last night at Dave & Buster's, the 7-year-old, 6'7", and now we're playing this week. Dude, I just got a new screen on my phone, and I think there's like a bubble in it, and it's kind of pissing me off.
When are we gonna get the new wife up on
I
on
thought
the
about
show?
it. I would have actually probably invited her tonight, but she was in LA today. They had some kind of going away lunch for one of her old colleagues, and so she went all the way up there.
Have you caught Pluribus yet?
You know it.
Yeah. Is it? I only watched the first episode. Is it good?
It's fucking great.
Is it really?
It's great. I can't wait to watch the next episode. I'm fully on board with it.
Okay.
You know, it's the same. It's
Vince Gilligan.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I watched the first episode based off the fact that he wrote it, so it's like kind of interesting. It's like a hive mind thing going on, and there's only a few outliers that they're trying to get them on.
Yeah.
And they're like the nicest tale of the body snatchers.
Yeah. So how many episodes have you seen?
I've only seen the first episode because it's free to watch on Apple.
Okay. Yeah. We got to talk once you've seen a few more because there's some interesting characters. And actually, it'd be fun because it's kind of that conversation we had about like, would you be on Planet Women or Planet Men? And how some of these people respond to being an outlier in a world of the hive.
Yeah.
Is kind of funny.
And they call themselves like anything.
No, they just refer to themselves as we.
Yeah,
We,
because they're a
yeah.
hive. Let's get into some movies.
They do say some funny shit though when she's like, well, who is this guy? And they're like, oh, like this is us. And she's like, no, like who is this fucking guy? before the fucking shit. And they're like, this individual used to be, Samsung Sasasan.
Yeah,
and they refer to themselves as like, this individual was formerly Drew. Like, they like refer to it as like just a pair of shoes that they're wearing. That's
Okay.
what's funny about it is like they're all really just this one thing now, and everybody else is just like a different set of clothes.
And there's only like 10 to 15 outliers, right? Only.
Yeah, like 11.
Okay. And then they, of course, become friends. I'm imagining.
I'm not telling you anything.
Okay.
I'm not showing you my hand, bro.
Spoil me.
I got
please.
aces. That's all
Spoil
you
it
know.
for
Pocket
me, please.
aces.
Did you? I want to get some tips like from pro investor here. Next year, I want to actually maybe like put some money in. If I was to make a first step, where would I go? Would I go to Vanguard? DraftKings. Buy a boat and see if it becomes more valuable after.
Your first step is probably to size up your net worth right now. So you want to figure out the value of your assets, things you own, which in general are going to be like your house, your bank accounts, maybe your car if you want to consider that. So cash, any investments, all of that, retirement, etc. Figure out how much you've got in total. Then you want to look at how much cash you have and how many months of expenses you can cover from that cash. And I think a good consensus rule would be you definitely need 3 months minimum, 6 months, probably more minimum, really, of like an emergency fund that you could just live off of. So you lose your job and you need money for 6 months to figure something out, which is good because you could always work like a side gig, right? So you wouldn't be that bad. But have that like more or less locked away. And we discuss what you'd want to put that into to keep it safe, but keep it like growing with interest, like ahead of the rate of inflation.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, you start getting into like investing. And that turns into like your timeline. So let me ask you, are you currently saving for retirement?
No.
Okay. Does your company offer any kind of 401k?
Yes, I have that going.
So you do have that.
I do have 401k. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's saving for retirement. Are you they're doing a company match?
I don't know. I actually thought I was, but I don't see where it's coming from.
All right. So your first steps really ought to be to take advantage of your retirement options because those can be funded either pre-tax or in the case of a Roth IRA, post-tax, where when you retire and you get that money, you don't pay taxes on the gains. Okay, so if it goes up 100%, you just keep all that money. The 401k works by you get your money today without taxes and you invest it and it grows. You'll get taxed on it when you withdraw it in retirement, but you get to grow more money over a longer period of time. Therefore, you're gonna have a way bigger nut when it's time to withdraw. Now, the part that matters is figuring out what your company's match is. For example, if they are willing to match, say 3% of your annual salary, they might structure it in a way where they'll say, we will match this many dollars up to this amount, and then this percentage up to another amount, and we like cap it, total of 3% of your income per year. Or they might do it as, we're going to match up to $8,000 a year. And so maybe it doesn't matter how much you get paid. Maybe that's just where they cap it at. So it's not a percent. Either way, you need to take the full advantage of that match. So whatever they require for you to contribute to get the full amount of money, you must, because that's free money. Where if you don't save for retirement and you're not getting a full company match, you're like leaving money on the table. And not just leaving money on the table, you're leaving, that money that's
Grows.
Yeah, it compounds.
Yeah.
So that's where you start. You just got to start with like the things that are most advantageous. And then are you on an HMO or a PPO?
HMO.
Okay. I ask because if you're on a PPO, some companies offer something called a health savings account. And I don't even know if you have to do it through your company, but you get health insurance through your company. That's probably what it is, that's your options. But An HSA similarly lets you fund it for ostensibly for medical needs, but it's a pre-tax account. You don't have to withdraw it at the end of the year. So some accounts that are flexible spending, you have to spend that money in the year. But in HSA, you can just keep funding it and you don't have to spend it. And then you can treat it like a retirement account later in life. So you got to look at like these options that are available for retirement and take the most opportunity because those have tax, relief. And by extension, you can make a lot more money using those. So once we're past all that, then it's like, okay, I have cash and now I want to invest. And you got to look at it as like a timeline. Like if you want to invest for the long term, you can buy certain stocks that maybe are, I don't know, it depends, right? You might say, yeah, I'm willing to ride some volatility because I'm not selling anytime soon. So if it has a big dip, it doesn't matter. But I expect that, in retirement, it will be higher. And that's where like target retirement funds are really helpful, especially for people who aren't super savvy on stock markets.
Like a mutual.
Well, yeah, like a mutual fund.
Yeah.
Or an exchange traded fund. Or what you want to do is look into your company's 401k and see what funds they're offering. Because it's not just like, oh, I just put my money into 401k. Actually, the money that goes into 401k then needs to be designated to investments. And they have target retirement accounts or target retirement investments that are mutual funds that balance their own mix of stocks and bonds to maximize your growth. Say you're retiring in 2040, that's going to look different than one that's at 2060.
Yeah.
It'll be more bond heavy in the short term because they want less volatility because you're going to need that money sooner.
I thought you were more bond heavy towards the end.
You are. So if you're retiring sooner, you're at the end.
Oh, I hear what. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So you put them into a fund like that and it shifts over time automatically. And I highly recommend that. Even someone like me who kind of knows what's going on and is pretty comfortable and well versed, I can fuck shit up so bad thinking I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think Warren Buffett famously recommends investing in the S&P 500. Because you want to bet on America. The world is a dynamic place. There's lots of different sectors you can invest in. But I would tell you, being kind of fresh off the boat, you should look at target retirement accounts. And I think Vanguard is fantastic, but so are Fidelity and Schwab. Vanguard's my personal favorite. That's the one I use.
Sorry, I'm trying to get on here so I can maybe go thoroughly into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Vanguard, like this guy that I'm reading this book. Let me get it.
Lauren just texted. She says she's coming over for the pod.
She's coming over?
Well, she just told me she's finished at work.
I'll have to get that set up. So he's got like a boner for Vanguard. It's like Vanguard.
Yeah, Vanguard's because they invented.
Yeah.
Like, I think they invented mutual
like in the
funds
70s or something.
Yeah.
Let's go to my retirement.
I don't know if they invented mutual funds. They invented, but they like established passively managed mutual funds at a time where
so I'm a Roth.
That wasn't a thing.
I'm a Roth 401k. Total pay per period is 3%. Let's see, where's that list? Let's go into this list. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was on the Federated Hermes U.S. Treasury Cash Reserves, which is very low, I guess. And then I moved to the Naveen Life Cycle Index 2045 R6. And this is something
that's a retirement account.
Yeah, and the ChatGPT recommended this. I gave it the entire list, and apparently that was like the right one to do.
Yeah, totally. That's not a bad idea, man. I've checked some of my assumptions against ChatGPT, especially when you want to look into like how you're allocating.
Yeah.
Both your take home and then the amount that
I'm trying to do this not without showing the actual amount that I have.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
So here's like the Naveens. There's Vanguard down here.
Yeah.
I don't know where they show. I got to find out where they show like how
so
much.
Here, pause here for a minute. So like the Vanguard Growth and Income, that's going to be a more aggressive fund.
Yeah, I think that's. I also have like stocks. I put all the stock codes in here to look at it. I think it's the one that's grown the most.
Yeah, you could probably do like 60% or 70% S&P 500 or more.
You would put 50 to 60% on this one.
No, if I was you, I would say do a target retirement account.
And that's what I'm on right now, right? This one.
Are you 100%? Well, when are you going to retire? What year is this? 2025?
I don't know if I'm going to retire then. That was the one that told me because they're probably looking at my age.
Yeah. Okay. So what you want to check is like, what's the retirement or what's the age at which you can withdraw from your retirement account without penalty? I think you have to be 65. So you can look at it like that. You could say target 2045, 2050.
So 2050 would probably be the one I should be investing on then, right?
I would say, yeah, because the further out they go, the more, the higher level of like risk there will be within the portfolio, which is just to say that's not a bad thing. It's just like, again, a 2010, it's funny that they even have those.
Yeah.
But like a 2010, that's going to be like all cash basically in S&P 5.
Yeah.
So that'll be all like bond funds and treasury notes because, think about all the people who wanted to retire during the housing crisis. What happened? They all got motherfucked because their house value dropped significantly. The value of their portfolios dropped. They had mandatory withdrawals, and this shit they'd been saving and growing for their 40 years or whatever now is fucking worth half or worse of what it should have been.
Yeah.
And so that really fucked people up. It all came back and pretty quickly. But the point is, had you been planning to retire, if you were smart, you would have been gradually moving your allocations to cash and bonds anyway, and not having so much exposure to the stock market. Mm-hmm. That's the goal of a target retirement account, is that it'll shift you to way less volatile investments as you near your retirement age.
Yeah.
So just to look at these. So like small caps, do you understand the difference between like small, mid, large cap?
Not really. If you could maybe give me some more.
Okay. So you're going to see terms like growth, small, mid, S&P 5. So go back to the top. Let's start at the top.
So that one, the Naveen moved to the top because I'm 100% invested on that.
Okay, good. And you're good there for now. I would say you're fine.
I probably should move it to the 2050 though, huh? Because like that's when I actually that's my retirement age.
You
is
could.
65.
You might capture a little more upside if you do that.
Yeah.
It's probably marginal. Like it's probably the difference between they invest 10% into an emerging markets versus 5% or something like that. So in emerging markets, that's like, I mean, it's worth, you should do a little dig on this. Oh my God, GBT is amazing because it will do the digging.
Oh,
in the old days, you'd have to read through it all. Emerging markets, if I'm not mistaken, that's more like developing countries, I think. Or developing industries, perhaps. I'd be curious about that one. I forget right now. But your internationals, those are going to be ex-USA. So that's going to be like Europe, South America, like Brazil. There's these countries called BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, also South Africa. Okay, that's the S. Those are good because you want to have some exposure to like companies like Nestle, right? Or I don't know, other weapons defense companies from Europe. Yes, Sony. There you go. So those will come out of like those ex-USA funds. Fucking Taiwan Semiconductor, right? Like the company that makes the fucking microchips. Okay, so those are going to be outside USA. Then you've got, stay up at the top for a little bit. I just want to go through this. So then you've got, so those are your internationals. The small cap growth, small cap means small capital. So how much money, like a company's capitalization is essentially a measure of how big it is by its value, its cash, it's the value of its assets. So a large cap like Boeing is different than a small cap like
JetBlue.
Yeah, no, I would probably not even go with an airline, but like a small cap like I don't know, some I mean the names of the companies when you look at them are kind of funny sometimes, but it could be like a company that like fucking makes seeds, like for farmers or some shit. Why would you want to be in a small cap versus a large cap? What do you think?
I mean, because I think there's more. It's less risky to go with the large cap.
Right. It's a more mature company.
Yeah.
More of a blue chip.
I mean,
in a lot of cases.
there might be there's a high risk with the emerging stuff.
Yeah. So with risk,
but higher risk.
What do you get with higher risk?
You get higher reward
Potentially,
but less. But the probability though is less likely.
Right. And so rather than having to guess at what the right amount of money is between, well, should I have some small cap? Should I have some mid? When you do a target retirement, the experts will work that out for you. So that's.
That's what this guy says in the book as well. Is like he doesn't think no one's able to predict the future. No one's able to like pick just stocks and hope that for the best. You're not like some wizard like that. No one is.
Yeah, no.
Even the best aren't.
I think Buffett famously challenged. He put some amount of money up there and said, "I dare anybody to beat the S&P 500 over a 10-year period, and if they do, I'll give them, $1 billion, $10 million, whatever he said." Yeah, and everybody stopped. Like anybody who was part of the contest quit after like something like 4 years because they just fucking couldn't do it. You can't pick your way along, but you can S&P 500 index. So the S&P is really great. I think on average over the history of the S&P 500, it's gone up like 6%. Mm-hmm. So you generally want to factor
this Vanguard Mid Cap. I think one of these two, like over 10 years, I looked has gone up by like 150 points.
Yeah. Now keep in mind too, though, that sometimes what may have delivered for them, like for 10 years, these went up, these doubled in value in the last 10 years. Well, those conditions may not exist over the next 10 years.
Of course.
So that's why they're always saying like past performance is not an indicator of future growth.
Yes.
Or future performance. But yeah. And what's fun too is you can kind of go with your gut sometimes a little bit. Like, dude, one of my famous wins was back when COVID hit and everybody was buying used cars. And there was a chip shortage because they couldn't make new cars fast enough because they didn't have enough chips. So everybody's buying used cars, and then there was a shortage on used cars. So I was like, wow, okay, so there's a chip shortage. Well, I'm going to start buying up semiconductor funds. I was buying semiconductor ETFs so I could get like exposure to Taiwan Semi and NVIDIA and AMD and all that stuff. And those stocks, which an ETF is a mutual fund that they can trade like shares of it on the stock market, and the value of those shares go up and down based on speculation. So I bought it for 10, but you want it. Now I sell it to you for 12. Okay. So that's where that value comes from, but its underlying value is sort of underwritten by what's in the mutual fund. So if a fund's investing in microchips, that is what's giving those shares a perceived value essentially. And then those funds that the ETF represents do own shares in those companies, just like a mutual fund. So it is a mutual fund, but those shares are traded on an exchange. Without getting any more into detail on that, I'm buying these ETFs and the market's going down. I mean, it's getting worse. So what do? Well, I just keep buying it, nothing insane, but I'm doing what's called dollar cost averaging. So I'm buying, $100 or $200 a month. And then over time, because the stock's going down, I'm getting them cheaper. And so if I paid 100 2 years ago and they're worth 25 today, I can average that out. Now I'm at about $50 an average total cost. And then what happens?
You only stand to have
AI
it go.
boom.
Yeah.
The AI boom. And almost by accident, I'm holding a fuck ton of semiconductor shares. My thinking was, well, they were going to increase production. And I was looking at it more from the car market. I hadn't anticipated that the AI boom would require and desire so many computer chips. But the same conditions applied where there was this constraint on how much could be produced, which was impacting like how much revenue they could make. Well, once they started to like sort that out and get more chips on the market, those companies started to perform better. It started to become like a success spiral up, where demand increased while the capability to meet demand was increasing, and then bam, AI boom, and those shares went fucking nuts. And so Nvidia is like, I don't even know how much, like 1,000% up or something like that. The stock.
Wait, are you invested on Nvidia?
Well, my dumbass sold all that shit because I needed the money. But I made a fucking killing on it. But if I had sat on it, I would have like continued to double or triple my money on that. I forget why I needed it. I had something I had to buy. Oh yeah, my fucking mom's condo. Fucking bitch.
Do you want to keep that in the?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. She doesn't watch your show.
No, she doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? There's that podcast with Jensen Wang. Jensen Wang. Really like that. I love one of my favorite things he said is like I desire, or he's like I have more fear of failing than it's like remember the thing where I hate more losing than I love winning in Moneyball. It's kind of like he said that.
Yeah.
It's like I have more fear of failure rather than the achievement of success. You know, like I forget it, I'm not quoting him well, but he like if like I'm paraphrasing.
I follow you. He's an interesting cat. You know, it's so funny to me too, because you know, I used to build computers when I was a kid, and back then it was like your options for CPUs were basically like Intel and AMD, and if you were buying graphics cards, you were either getting AMD or NVIDIA, right?
Yeah.
NVIDIA GeForce and the AMD Radeon. And I, you know, whatever. I think I had an AMD CPU at one point, and then I went to Intel and whatever. But it was funny because looking at it back then, that's all those chips were for, man. You know, like NVIDIA and AMD, those were like for gamers making computer game chips. And it just so happened those chips, the same reason that they were necessary to be the engines of graphics for games, those were the types of chips where the architecture was ideal for Bitcoin mining, right? And it's just funny to me because like, who knew? Because back then those companies weren't like hyper valuable companies. Ironically, they were still the only fucking horses in the race. And that's where things are, I think, interesting right now. And a lot of the geopolitical uncertainty in China versus, you know, China claims Taiwan as its own and is under like a significant threat or potential threat.
Yeah, you keep hearing about them eventually lining it up to invade and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, they're doing all kinds
invade.
of war games. They're building fake islands out in the ocean to use as air bases so they can like mount an attack and a takeover of Taiwan. And Taiwan is independent, wants to stay independent, and the U.S. recognizes it as such. Yeah. And that's where you might get drawn into a World War III scenario, because if China captured Taiwan, they'd control the semiconductor industry. And the semiconductor industry is fascinating because they can't just build, it's not like an automobile factory. The conditions under which they make those chips are so incredibly difficult that they're not even 100% sure. Like they keep everything identical. Like the way that the facility is in Taiwan, if they were going to build that in Houston, Texas, I mean, we're talking like they'd build the exact same shape building. They would keep the lights the same. They would keep everything identical because it worked here. They finally got it to work, and they don't want to fuck with it because it's so sensitive. I mean, you would get a kick out. You should watch like the explanations of how incredibly sensitive.
Is there a documentary to watch?
Yeah, or there's like stuff on YouTube that's like not
YouTube
an hour
short?
long. Yeah, just pull it up. Just say like explain semiconductor production challenge or some shit like that.
It's like basically it's like them trying to get in Breaking Bad, they take Mexico, the Mexican cartel gets Jesse to go to Mexico to make the product.
They need him.
They need the exact person to do it.
Yeah. They can't make the fucking blue meth.
They can't replicate it.
No, and it is like that, and that's why the geopolitical scenario is such as it is today. Is like TSMC is kind of the only real player in the game. It's hard for them to like, you know, it's hard for them to make more factories and more capacity. And that's another reason why the values are so high on these companies, because it's a pretty slim pipeline, I think, of who can get what.
So something like this, so like some cartoon explain some of that.
Yeah.
Conductor
If there's anything like recent, but that could be an interesting one.
That's 3 years. Yeah. You kind of want like last month or like last week even.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you're saying what to look up possibly? Like semiconductor manufacturing explained? I mean, I guess that top one, this one right here is probably
Yeah. Search for like, semiconductor
process.
Yeah, go to process explained. Yeah.
I don't know if they'll. I wonder if I'll get flagged for putting this up though, because like they'll probably put music and such. 3 years ago though is like 100 years ago in this day and age.
Yeah, you almost want to look for like something from like TikTok or some shit.
Yeah, or like one of these shorts.
Yeah, do a short. The battle over semiconductor.
The semiconductor industry is truly the engine room of the global economy. Chips go into everything from your smartphone to your car to massive data centers. And the web of global connections is enormous. ASML in the Netherlands producing the lithography machines that are shipped to TSMC here in Taiwan that manufactures the actual chips using designs from ARM in the UK, NVIDIA, and Apple. China, the biggest consumer of semiconductors on the planet. Just think of all the electronics that China produces, and a country that's also trying to build out its own chip industry, so it's less reliant on the West. And that has put the broader industry in the crosshairs of Washington. They have imposed export controls and tariffs to try to contain China's chip industry. They've also spent heavily to try to ensure there's production and more of it on US soil. Tariffs can only go so far. No company builds chips from the start to finish. The semiconductor industry is
Do you believe Bloomberg?
engine room.
Oh yeah, Bloomberg's the shit. I love Bloomberg.
Yeah, they seem like they are.
I watch Bloomberg like daily, mostly because it's the only financial channel that you can get for free when you don't have cable. But yeah, the manufacturing process they're not really explaining there from sand to silicon. I don't know. Like you got to see like how these machines are doing their shit with fucking lasers and stuff. Maybe that's a good
From
one.
sand to silicon right here.
Yeah, let's see. Cartoon feels good here.
Semiconductors are stacked high and solid to form a complex structure similar to a high-rise building. Constructing a building starts with the foundation. A wafer is the foundation for the semiconductor. Most wafers are made of silicon extracted from sand. How can these tiny grains of sand become a wafer? First, sand is heated until it melts into a high-purity liquid and then gets solidified by crystallization. The resultant silicon rod is called an ingot. These ingots are sliced into a disc, thinly sliced wafers. The surface of sliced wafers is rough and contains defects, so polishing machines are used to polish the surface of the wafer. The reason is that defects on the surface could negatively affect the precision of circuits. Semiconductors are stacked high.
That's not even the good
form
part,
a complex
dude. Yeah,
structure
that's
similar
like,
to a high-rise building.
that's like here's a wafer. Yeah,
It almost like reminds me of what they found underneath the pyramids for some reason.
I
But
saw that. I'm pretty skeptical about all that.
yeah, I don't know. Did you hear about this? Cities are now using data centers to heat itself.
No.
Yeah,
Where?
so what they're doing is just like because data centers are so hot, they put them below the streets and the heat rises and keeps the streets all not icy and such.
Oh yeah, that's clever.
Yeah.
Well, Musk just yesterday announced that they're going to do an IPO on SpaceX, something like $1 trillion, I think. Or maybe
What does that
was
mean?
valuation.
Like I'm kind of stupid when it comes to all this.
Basically, an IPO is an initial public offering, so they're gonna put SpaceX onto the stock market.
So they make it public.
Yeah, and so they'll raise a ton of fucking money doing that, and then they'll take all that money to basically invest to create data centers in space, which is really cold, which is why you'd want them there because you can run them really hot and fast in like cold fucking space.
Yeah,
and in a vacuum too, which not bad.
Yeah, it's sweet. I think it's also funny when they say they're like, oh, do you see how much stuff there is in space? I'm like, do you know how big even the surface area outside of our globe is?
Yeah.
Or whatever, like you know how it's like the exosphere or whatever sphere, hemisphere. I don't know what layer it is, but it's so massive that the likelihood of you running into someone else is highly unlikely. It's
right.
not like
I mean, there is space debris. It does pose a threat. But
yeah, it could be bad.
But it's like interesting is like think about it. Like here's Earth. It's a big place, right? takes you a while to get around it. The further out you get, you're getting exponentially more space.
Yes.
Right? Like, so yeah, it's a big thing up there. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like they probably will want to come up with some kind of solution and not have a bunch of fucking.
I mean, they explored that all in the movie Gravity. And I mean, obviously, there's all the science haters are gonna be like, "That's not real," but you need a movie to be entertaining. And space debris was like the big enemy of the whole thing.
All up.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, let's talk about Eddington for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
Eddington.
What do you think?
Eddington is like one of these movies that has, rage bait all mapped through it. That I thought for myself, because it's like a whole pandemic style movie. It's all based in the pandemic in a small town. I thought I would not be pleased with watching it. I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the movie overall.
Yeah, I did too.
The ending, I don't know if
I didn't see it going there. I fucking love Ari Aster. I think he's like maybe my favorite modern director. He is. I think he's fantastic, and the way he does these movies and the way the stories they tell. I mean, did you see Beau is Afraid?
Is it like disturbing? Like, I don't like disturbing imagery. Is there like really fucked up scenes in it that like I'm like, oh, I don't need to see that?
I mean, not like really fucked. Nothing. Okay. Nothing like that stands out to me right now. He gets in a fucked up situation, but nothing that's gonna like disturbing imagery you.
And then he's also, what's his name? Hereditary? He's not Hereditary.
Hereditary and Midsummer. And I think he might have one other one. But Beau is Afraid, I only bring it up because like the ending to that is kind of fucking bizarre. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? You're like, you forget, like you're trying to figure out, like, it's like where the movie ends and where it starts. Like it takes you on a journey. And when it ends, you're like, how did I get here? Like, where am I and how did I get here? And it kind of makes sense, but yeah, dude, how fucking funny is it? Fucking fuck you, spoiler alert. How funny is that shit in the end where he's like in bed and his fucking mother-in-law and his therapist are.
You know what I was gonna, okay, yeah, spoiler, fuck you.
That's so funny.
I thought, this is the question I wanted to ask you is, do you think the director, or do you think Ari Aster's like he puts them in bed and then he didn't have this in the script and he goes, and then he's like, how about we have the nurse, the male nurse, hop into bed with them.
Yeah.
and takes off his clothes.
Yeah. And just slides into bed very natural. So, but let's talk about that because I think it kind of illustrates what this movie's about. Like the I don't know, I don't want to say the moral of the story, but I think that what that is about is the dude's he's in his living hell, right? So you can't talk about this movie and not spoil the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
right?
There's so much going on.
So he murders the fucking mayor and the mayor's son, right? Mm-hmm. And then pins it on like a completely innocent and unsuspecting person. And then goes about fucking just, ruining people's lives all out of his own hubris, right? Because he wants to be mayor. And then becomes this hero that he felt he needed to be for his father, right? He still has the candle lit at the altar. Like he's just dying to be this man of like station and respect, and basically sells his soul to do it, commits these unforgivable crimes, but becomes the hero. But by becoming the quote hero, he's trapped in a wheelchair.
He gets stabbed in the head.
He is fucking stabbed in the head. He has no control over his life.
Yeah.
They're busy. He is the mayor now, right?
Yeah.
He's the mayor, but his fucking mother-in-law, his crazy mother-in-law,
is the one controlling,
who he not only hates, but who is constantly reminding him of his failures with his wife, who left him
and got pregnant.
Yeah. Now she's fucking controlling. She's soaking it up.
Yeah.
And then to boot, not only is he in this wheelchair, not only is he stuck with his mother-in-law, watching her TV shows, listening to her prattle on all day, but then she's fucking his therapist in bed next to him and he can't escape. And I thought that was like a really, like, he just found every way to sort of put this guy into hell.
Yeah.
So,
and then it ends with a data center off in the distance.
Yeah. What's it called?
From the
like
city.
Gold Magic Carp.
Who are the guys trying to kill him though? Who were those guys? They were like the
That's Antifa. They're Antifa.
Yeah. But why were they sent to kill him?
They weren't sent. They
just wanted to.
Yeah, it's a joke about this boogeyman we call Antifa.
Yeah.
Right? The boogeyman in American culture.
That started off as a joke, right?
Well, no, I think it started off as like a thing. It was anti-fascist. So it was this sort of like
Proud Boys
anti-Trump
was
thing.
the joke.
Well, no, okay. So in the real world, frankly, Donald Trump, demonized this nebulous thing we know as Antifa. And he kept talking about Antifa. He'd talk about it a lot because it gave a label to a thing. That thing doesn't really exist the way he's describing it. And he's blaming everything. Anything that goes wrong that seems like basically anything they can blame, it's blame Antifa. So I think the joke in a way that Ari Aster's telling is like, here's this Antifa. There is no fucking private jet flying around with dudes playing Call of Duty in their black fucking shit spray painting walls, right? It doesn't exist. But
because they would have to have a lot of money, and how would you have a lot of money if you're like these type of guys?
We would see the evidence of that. You would see, you wouldn't just hear the president talking about it. You'd actually see it. Yeah. That's the thing is he talks about it like it's a thing that we see, but we don't see it. We just see him talking about it. And so in the movie, this villainous boogeyman of Antifa it's like a cinematic trope in a way where because the what's his face Joaquin Phoenix's character similarly needs his own villain to like you can't be a savior without something to save. You can't be a hero without something to villainize. And so he gets that. And so what he does, right? He fucking snipers the mayor and then blames Antifa.
Yeah. And
then pins it on his fucking deputy, which is like super fucked.
Yeah, I thought the whole movie just like I don't know. There's like scenes I'm just like hysterically laughing and just like it's just so beyond ridiculous. I mean, you break it down a lot more.
Well, and I think the irony too is the Antifa people show up not because he blamed them for the murder so much as he was all over the news for like trying to put down these protests that were going on in this empty city of theirs, right? Where the kids are like out in the street and then he drives his fucking retard mobile, like, through the crowd. And, basically they see that on the news and they're supposedly in this movie, they're like, going through doing hits. And you see that part where like in Oregon today, Antifa, and they're fucking shooting people from the roof. So it's like these guys are flying around looking for, highly visible, media rage bait that they can go and do Antifa shit to.
Yeah.
And so he ends up biting off more than he can chew. He ends up getting what he wants.
And he gets chased down.
Yeah. And I think that might be the sort of one of the underlying messages of the movie, which is like, if you debase yourself, you might win. But what do you win?
You win paralysis and your ex-wife's mother and some nurse in your bed.
Yeah. Oh, and I love the part where he sees his wife on TV with her like guru fucking husband and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Right.
Pregnant. Yeah. She's sitting in the background. She's supporting him.
The thing he couldn't.
Oh my God. Did we ever talk about Badlands yet? Predator Badlands?
Oh no. Well, not here.
Not here.
I don't even know if we really talked about it.
I don't even know if we really talked about it, but I mean, Prey, the same director of Prey directed this movie.
Is that right? Okay.
And I mean, like, talk about a reversal of, Predator's always been considered like the villain in the movie, basically.
Yeah.
And now we're getting to see where they're from, their tribe, who they are on their end and what they represent.
Yeah, their cultural norms of like, kill the runt.
Yeah, they got to kill the runt.
you got to purge the runt.
Yeah. And
it was your brother.
But I mean, there were scenes like I wished you were there. I would have because it would have been more fun with someone to like watch it with because then, I was ready to be like, yeah, that was so like him like riding that tree. Yeah. Going down and you're like, that was so badass.
Dude,
that was so cool.
Such a fucking rad movie.
It was such a rad movie. Yeah.
It was super well done. Dude.
And I didn't realize I didn't really want to once I see a trailer, I try not to watch it much anymore after that. Cause I used to do that. And like I remember I obsessed over Matrix Reloaded trailer and I like knew what was kind of going to happen in a way. Cause I watched it in such like breakdown of every single shot.
Yeah.
So when I decided when I see a movie now these days or even for years, I once I've decided, I'm like, I don't need to see any more trailers.
You've got enough to know that it's happening.
Yeah.
And it will be a movie. And you don't want to see any more that might, not be as much of a surprise when you do see it.
So I didn't realize that for me, the surprise was that they were going to do a blend of Alien and, God, I'm blanking on the company's name.
Wayland Yutani.
Wayland Yutani, and they have synths going on, and that synth, the main one that she's, as a backpack, or as a tool, as he would call, as the Predator would call him.
Yeah, that's how he justifies it.
But such a fun movie. There was like one scene that I thought the synths were really stupid. I'm like, aren't you supposed to be like really smart?
I know.
But for the most part, such a fun movie, and they leave it open to Mother.
Yeah, like I hope there's another one.
I don't see. I mean, I think it's done super well in the box office.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, but do they make a sequel to it or just leave it right there and just maybe they'll make another movie and maybe it's not a direct sequel or it's not the same character.
But they like literally left it open. Like
I think you're going to get another movie out of that.
I think so too because of the success of it.
Who's the actor in the?
I know it kind of sucks.
The
that
main
you
character. What was the name of the fucking Predator in that movie?
They had like a clan. What was the clan's name too?
I can't remember it.
IMDb. Let's see. No, there's Supergirl.
Yeah.
Predator, Badlands. And I love Elle Fanning. I think she's great.
Yeah, I thought she did really well in it too.
So the cast is this guy,
Deck.
Demetrius
Schuster. All right. Yeah, not a whole lot of famous names in this one. But
No.
It was one of those movies that was better for it.
Yeah, definitely made it better for that reason. I think it was only Elle Fanning, really. What was I going to look up? There's something else I wanted. Oh, box office. I wanted to see how well it did over time. I'm stupid about Hamlet. I thought it's like Hamnet. It's like, did he mess up the name, or is that like the?
No, it's based on a book. It was like the best-selling book. It was like the book club fucking #1 for like.
Oh, okay.
It's like been hailed as like the greatest book of the 2010s.
So where is it on Predator Badlands?
I haven't read it. I actually have it. I somehow got a copy of it. I think
Are you gonna read it?
I wasn't planning on it.
Let's see. This is what
it just makes me look sophisticated having it in a book case.
Let's see.
Did you see Weapons?
No, is it worth seeing?
Fuck, dude. I don't know if you can handle it.
I don't know if I can. I'm a pussy that way.
It's not an imagery thing, but man, it fucking fucks. It's scary, dude. It had me jumping out. But scary.
It's like the jump scare.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's such a rad movie, dude. And you like Josh Brolin. Like, you have to see it. Dude, it's free right now on like HBO,
Yeah,
I think.
I have HBO now.
Brother, you have got to see that movie. I wish I could see it again for the first time, but I want to watch it for the second
They used to show how much it cost on Box Office Mojo, but
did you don't have Apple yet, right?
no, because I'm like, there's so many stuff I want to watch.
I'll give you another reason to get Apple. They've got a terrific documentary on Martin Scorsese.
Ooh.
And it's like 5 episodes, like an hour each, and you'll love it. It's
105. So this is what I was trying to look up.
That's a win, dude. That's
a win.
No, that was their budget. Oh yeah. But they made how much money?
They made
it's a big fucking budget.
They made worldwide.
Oh my god,
180.
Yeah, opening day was 40. That's pretty good, dude.
I mean, it's enough to get them to do it again. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But like, and maybe it will get like a little bit more money down the road.
Well, and keep in mind that's just the movie, dude. They get so much like IP revenue from like, there's probably some toys out there, some fucking McDonald's Happy Meals or something.
Did you see? Did you see Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning?
Yeah.
I like that movie, but it's again they what?
I said it was a good one, but think about this. That one only did 197 million. That's barely 20 more. That's not even 20 more than Predator.
But worldwide, it did 600 million.
Oh, okay. I got you.
They're just doing domestics here on this one. I got to change it.
You didn't see it?
Oh, I watched it, yeah. But it's like, this was a movie that I needed to watch from home because I got a big enough screen to enjoy myself and I can pause. I can't stand sitting through a 3-hour fucking movie and not being able to go to the bathroom. It drives me insane.
Bro, I'm sort of shocked that Minecraft, well, but not shocked, but Minecraft outperformed Superman. I thought Superman would be #1. Did you see this movie?
No.
It's fucking funny, dude.
Is it really good?
Yeah, I watched it on an airplane, and Jack Black does like some of the songs.
Yeah.
Like, there's music, and they're fucking hilarious.
And it's like funny without even knowing anything about Minecraft.
yeah, like you are watching it, and you're like, you actually know more about Minecraft than you realize.
And let's see if like did anybody break $1 billion though?
Sinners
Even this movie was not good, but it still makes 800. This property just makes so much money.
Yeah, they kill with Jurassic World. Did you? I saw that one. I fucking watched it on.
Was it any good?
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Okay.
it was great at home for free. It was fucking great for 2.5 hours of free shit.
Sinners was cool.
Yeah, I saw that one twice. I liked it. I think my favorite scene is like the end scene where it's like more modern times.
Yeah.
There's something about that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so
I
funny.
mean, because they do like kind of leave the doors open of they could keep going with it.
Yeah.
You know what I just watched was Phoenician Scheme.
I saw that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I liked it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie.
I'm not the what's the guy's name who directs it?
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I've liked several of his movies, or really liked several of his movies, but I feel like there are people who like really suck the dick, you know. And I'm not one of them, but I enjoy those movies.
Yeah, I love those.
I thought the Royal Hotel was actually really good.
The Grand Budapest.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
My favorite's still Life Aquatic.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Never saw that one. Isn't that crazy? With Steve Zissou.
He does this in a scene actually.
I should watch that
You
one.
should see it.
I think my favorite was the Royal Tannenbaums.
Yeah, Royal Tenenbaums is really good. I've watched that numerous times, but along with Life Aquatic.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. I forget. Oh, I was at a poker table and somebody said something and it made me think of "Vámonos, amigos," as he threw
that
the leather from Royal Tannenbaums, where he's reading from the book and he's like, "Vámonos, amigos," he whispered as he threw the busted leather flint crock across the pommel of his
You did
saddle.
a Sora of yourself,
Dude, I did a Sora, and so it was funny because like I was at the poker table and somebody said "Vámonos," and I was like, "Vámonos, amigos." It was just like funny. I wanted to say it out loud, and I'm like, nobody's.
I love the obscure ones. Like, let's see if you can get this one actually.
I don't know if I could understand.
Credit card, you got it. That's an obscure one, and it's a very popular movie. Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2.
Yeah, remember he used the recorder? and I don't know why I remember that. It's just such an obscure reference, but I love that. Tell me about that, how you had to teach AI to people even though you're like not even a pro AI teacher.
Yeah, well, because I use it a lot at work, and I've done a few projects where I did some image generation stuff, and I think it caught some people's eye, and then they became aware that I was using it for maybe other things. So I don't know. It was kind of out of the blue. My boss asked me to do this. It was funny. We were on the phone, and she was like, you should. She was pretty much like, I want you to do, or you should do. She kind of suggested it in a way that was like, I'm gonna do it. Do this, like do like a tips and tricks tutorial, like send out an invite to the state managers. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I was planning to follow up, but then like before I even sent out the invite, she hit me up again about it and had like looped in some other people. And so I was like, okay, fuck, this is like, I have to do it. So anyway, it was really just to show like, what am I using it for? And what are some things that I might want to share that could help other people? So my main things were, and I told you I'll send you the recording, but the main thing is like, I don't know that because I have Microsoft Teams at work and that comes with Copilot.
And Copilot, I really don't know much about it. Is Copilot another ChatGPT?
Yeah, it's like Microsoft's chat. Oh, it's Microsoft's AI like platform. They license or source OpenAI, so it's powered by GPT-5.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah, but the difference is Copilot. So, for example, my company has this license, so it's a way we can use AI with some privacy. Because the concern is if I'm using ChatGPT and I'm sharing like sensitive data, it could in theory like get out, or we don't know who could get it, or whatever.
Someone's got access to that.
Yeah, and I think companies are rightly concerned that their employees will share info just because they want to, revise an email and then somebody can get like company secrets or some shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, so because of that, I basically was explaining how I use Copilot and like, I speak into it instead of type into it a lot of times. And I was showing people how to like, there's a hotkey that you can press these two keys and it opens up the microphone. So you can quickly chat into it. And I was showing them within like Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Outlook, how you can use Copilot within your projects. And so for example, I do a lot of work with Excel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty well versed now with Excel. I do a lot of pivot tables. I write formulas for different things. But there are so many functions available and it's like a code, right? It's like coding a little bit. And there's so many things that are in there that nobody ever even sniffs.
There's so much things in Excel.
Yeah. And so what'll happen is like, so I used a very simple example, but I took a budget tracker I had created and so basically I was like, okay, there's 3 months left in the year. I have this much money left in my budget. So what's my monthly average through the end of the year? Well, that's simple. You take the number you have left and you divide by 3. But what I wanted was, since I have my whole budget tracker here, I just wanted a formula that automatically changed how many months were left based on how many months I had like not plugged in. So since I had written it up through September, there were 3 months left. But then once I write some money into October, then that'll adjust my remaining average from 3 to 2 months. And it's funny because to actually get it to do that is slightly complex to somebody who doesn't know what the code is.
Yeah.
And how do you even explain that to so in the past I would use Google to figure out formulas. The problem is you almost need to know the answer to ask the right question.
True.
Right. And so that's where the AI is really cool, because you can just say, hey, I'm trying to do this fucking thing and I want it to do this fucking thing. Tell me how to do it. And so that was one that I shared. And then
I use that for ChatGPT. I do that all the time. I mean, obviously with mine, it's a lot of technical stuff and having it, hey, can you make a page using this ad copy or something like that? And I'll do a simple HTML code. Insert image here, and you like do a source code, image source, and you grab a PNG file and throw it in there, and then you can have it of course, have it tell you, okay, I have all this data, I need it combined. How do I? And I have learned pivot tables and such without ChatGPT, but say there's something a little bit more complex, you do. So I use Google's Sheets as well.
Yeah.
And I don't really, the Sheets is a little bit more confusing. It's a little bit less, Excel you're used to, it has a more direct way of using certain things. But Google's a little bit convoluted, not really clear on.
They have their way of doing the same thing.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Excel competitions?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I haven't watched them, but I'm aware
But
of them.
that's something if you really want to learn, you could watch these guys do it and they whip up stuff.
Well,
but
I work with some people who are fucking wizards, dude. It's nuts, right?
Yeah.
And it's very impressive. And frankly, I think a lot of my quality experience with Excel has in some ways been a result of what I see other people doing. And this is what I love about the AI is so if I see a project somebody's built using Excel, and I see visually what it looks like. I see how they were, using tabs with data here and how they interface it into this other page. Suddenly I'm aware of things I never considered or thought were possible or knew of. But now that I know of them, I'm I want to learn how to do that. Oh, that's a better way. That looks good. I see how they set this up. That's better than what I had come up with. Because for me, a lot of the shit I do, it's like sticks and stones, right? Now I'm seeing how they're doing stuff with fucking modern manufacturing. And with AI, you can even just say hey, look at this. Are there any insights? Is there a different way? Something I should consider, whatever. You can have it kind of help you get more creative. And I think that's an underutilized aspect of AI. I think a lot of people treat it hey, I want you to proofread my email and fix the typos. I think some people will be what's the formula for this? But I think where you really want to shine with it is okay, here's where I'm at now. But I want you to challenge me for it to become better. So I want you to ask me questions about the project that'll help you get more insights to what I'm doing and, help me come up with ideas. And so I had a project where I was trying to, we're launching 100 milliliter, right? And I'm like, well, what are occasions where 100 ml might be desirable? You know, festivals, golf, the beach, right? And, you know, having it ask you questions and then it's taking notes, it's like such a better way of working.
And you can also prompt it to how you can prompt it. You can be like, how do I ask you this to make a prompt to do that?
Right. Totally.
So, yeah, I mean.
Have you been creating your own GPTs in OpenAI?
No, I don't really even I've heard this, but I probably need a little freshen up on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially the same as a prompt, except that you create the persona effectively, but you define the prompt within this like character creation. And then it's always prompted to say, so like I could be like, all right, you're a podcast host and a marketing guru. And, you know, also you're a teacher and you're really nice. Or you're really mean, or you don't care about my feelings. Okay. So you can load that shit into its sort of like core persona. You can also upload files. So I might have a file, like for example, I do, there's this book called Smart Brevity, and it's by Axios, a news organization. And it's basically how you should be writing like emails in particular that are like as minimal as you can make them, and using bullet points. And you got to cut all the fluff and the bullshit.
Yeah.
Because nobody has time to waste on that shit. And they put out like a simple document, almost like a, you know, key things, key styles, steps, etc. Well, I can take that document, load it into the GPT with all that stuff I said about being a podcast and a marketing master. And let's say I have some document that gives you like some guidelines on, you know, some other podcast professional said, okay, here are my guidelines. Now that GPT has essentially like a knowledge base that's in a persona built around that. So when you load the GPT, you can still prompt it and say, all right, here's the scenario. You know, I've been running this podcast out of my living room, but I want to get more users. What are some things you recommend? Top 3 most impactful ways I can build my user base in the next 3 months. And it'll give those to you, but it'll give them to you from a different perspective. And yeah, a vanilla GPT will do that, but it'll be searching the internet. It'll be going like in some areas where it's less specified.
Yeah.
You know, less specific and less, you know, tuned.
Yeah, you'll have like these ideas. Sometimes it won't always hit because like the ideas you've heard and they're not like really usable, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's given me. What's one of my favorites is that like you can literally have the camera point at something and be like I had like Call of Duty. I'm like I'm having an audio issue here. Can you help me figure this out?
Oh god, yeah,
and
the
it's
visual.
Like, and it's just looking at it and then telling me what to do, or like say you have like a rash. You can point at it.
Computer vision.
What's this jock itch doing here? Can you tell me what?
But for reals though, no, that's like truly one of the great things about it. I love that you used it for like an audio issue. I saw a tutorial once and he was trying to fix a printer and he was doing the same thing.
I've done it all for this. It's helped me with working on setup. So it'll give me like a breakdown of where to check out if there is for troubleshooting and such.
Are you subscribing to OpenAI? Okay, good.
Yeah, my work pays for it.
Oh, fuck yeah. So yeah, you can build your own custom GPTs. That it's a good project just to like figure it out. It's not complicated, but you have to like figure it out.
I did the whole thing like from Interstellar where I go bring down the agreeableness and give me a more realistic. And also, I should also tell ChatGPT to stop doing the ums and uhs. I'm like, you're not human. You can just talk to me like you are a professionally spoken person.
For sure. Well, you know how Lauren's got all her like prompts now for Sora so that like she basically fills in the blanks of what she wants into a prompt format that really dials in the result.
Of course.
Well, they've got those now for like, you can copy paste these and create your own GPT, or they're available now publicly. And they're like, they're not wasting any words being like a lot of times you'll ask a question and it'll be like, oh, I totally hear you and you're not alone. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, I don't need you to like emotional boost me. Yeah. And that's really helpful because sometimes you just want to get straight to the answer. And so you can prompt it that way. Fuck, you could call it TARS. You should name one TARS.
I know.
Just make
Come on, Tars! Come on, Tars!
Bro, I wonder if you could tell it to have like the same voice as TARS.
That'd be cool.
You should build TARS.
That'd be cool. Or you
Fucking
could.
build TARS.
You build TARS. You build TARS.
I gotta go.
My
My wife is harassing me.
Yeah, is Lauren she said she's gonna come by or no? Is that happening or no?
I think
Okay, let's just cut this. Let's just cut this shit off.
Yeah, she texted me exactly 1 hour ago and I didn't respond to her.
This is episode 97. We're getting close to 100, and I'd like to get that done by the end of the year.
Wow.
What I would like to do is the idea of people hanging out and like kind of we can just have people rotating in. And of course, like from the beginning, like we were talking about, you were you were the next person that helped me start the crowd. And I really like it if you were able to make it.
You should develop that idea because you could make it like, I like that. You have people rotating in, but you could almost make a game out of it, like 100 things to do or whatever. And like people have to like come in and they've got like 100 seconds to like speed answer your questions or they have to ask you a question in 100 seconds. Yeah. We flipped the script on you. Now we're all interviewing you. And
then I lose my host position and then I no longer know my show.
So figure it out. Work with the GPT and say, hey, I'm coming up on 100th episode. I want to have a bunch of guests. We want to rotate. I want some fun ideas for how I can like gamify this and rotate people in and like keep it really light.
Yeah, I did it once already with like a Friday night where people came over and then we went out after and people were kind of coming and going, which was fun. So like it'd be the same.
It's a fucking gangbang, dude.
Yeah, it's like a gangbang. I'm Bonnie Blue.
Bro, you're
Bonnie Blue.
It's a blue button. Your birthday is tomorrow? No, 2 days.
We're going out for my dinner.
We're going out 2 days. Your birthday is the 18th.
We're going out for the dinner this Saturday, and then I'm doing a family dinner the next Saturday. Then my actual birthday is on Tuesday. Right?
Wait, what day is that? 15th?
The 16th.
16th. Why do I always say 18th.
I might go, like, if you're around, I might go to OC Local for some trivia or something, but I don't really have anything planned.
That'd be fun. I know I have a busy-ish week, but I might be free that night. I have to look.
All right, brother. It's always good having you on.
Likewise.
You're a smart motherfucker. You know a lot. So I think we did educate the crowd for a little bit. So that was good. So
yeah. Send us your underwear and
used underwear. A little advice: carry the bare minimum in your pockets. And of course, go Jeff yourselves. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Thanks, Drew.